Hi, Jules here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Wednesday, March 25th. I did not have time to record a video yesterday because it was my first day working remotely from home, and I didn't even have time to set up my workspace really. I just spent the entire day dealing with all the stuff that needed to get done. So I did manage to do some of that this morning, but I just never had time to record a video. And then by the time I clocked out, I was just ready for a glass of wine. So yeah. So crafty-wise, what have I been up to? I have not been doing a lot, but I did, in order to try to get myself into more into crafty mode and to get my crafty mojo back up and running, I went through my quilt tops for Linus. These are personal quilt tops. I have these personal quilt tops, and then I have these Linus quilt tops waiting to be quilted. And went through the Linus ones to see if any of those were smaller than what we like our minimum to be. I mean, we can do 30 by 30. I didn't have anything under the 30 inches. But I tend to try to make them at least 30, 35, 36 inches wide so that they're, you know, good toddler size. And I had two quilts that were coming in a bit too narrow. And I had one that was kind of weirdly long and narrow. And that was this one here. This is the last of the batch of quilt tops that I pieced at BFF Retreat in Cloudcroft in 2018. I'll insert a picture of what it looked like originally here. So you'll see now I didn't do anything that would make it longer. I didn't add a border. Well, I did add a border, but just on the sides. This fabric right here, I had exactly 3 with the fabric strips of this fabric in my strip bin. And so what I did was, there were this middle sashing right here. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. This sashing that was joining the top and bottom and making it offset, what I separated it right there into 2 pieces. And then each of those pieces I split right down the middle of the center column of squares. So that's why it looks like that. And then, because I did that on both sections, they stayed exactly the same width, and I was able to put it back exactly the way it was before, only now it's wider. And then I didn't have quite enough of this to go down completely both sides, and so I found a strip of leftover binding in this, which is exactly the same color. This purpley pink, magenta, whatever that is, color. And so I basically just pieced these into relatively even pieces, these strips, and sewed them together and then added them to the sides. And it came out great. I love it. I'm really happy with it now. And now it's a really good size. It's right around 36, 37 inches wide. So that's that one. And then this guy right here, in November, Sandbox Sisters Retreat, I pieced this one. Domine brought her some of her AccuQuilt dies, and Jennifer brought her cutter, and Domine brought her cutter, and I had the butterfly squares already cut, but they weren't really even, so I cut those up because somebody had donated those to Linus. I cut those up, and then I used some batiks. I picked out some batiks in my stash in advance to cut the applique butterflies out of. And unfortunately, I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing, and I ended up with only one set of cuts that could make a complete butterfly, and the rest were all, because of the way I had the fabric folded, the rest of them were, I could only do like profiles. So what I decided to do was do the profile of the butterfly flying up until it opens up at the top. So I did that. in November, but it was too narrow. But it wasn't super long, so I went ahead and dug through my stash. I thought I still had some of this fabric left, and I did. I bought this probably years ago at Hobby Lobby or someplace. And I've used it in all kinds of stuff. This used all but just a tiny bit left, so yay, it's almost gone. But it's basically a tonal, it's a tonal yellow butterfly print. So I thought, how perfect is that? And there's really no yellow anywhere on the quilt, so I thought that would be ideal. And it also lets me pick whatever I want for the binding, which I like. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. This is going to be set aside now because it has applique, and I currently do not have a machine that does anything but straight stitch. I have 3 different sewing machines that work right now, and all of them are straight stitch only. So, in order to solve that problem, actually, I decided to, I found a good deal on a Brother machine that has like 185 stitches. And once I have that, I'll be able to start doing my outline stitching, securing all of my appliques on this quilt. And I have at least 2 other applique quilts, the dinosaurs on the wall, that I need to stitch. And I haven't been able to finish them and quilt them because I want to stitch them down first. I'm pretty excited about this machine. You know, I was looking at stuff and I'm like, oh, this one's supposed to be, you know, a sturdier machine, but it only has 20 stitches. And all I needed was a decent lightweight machine that had utility stitches on it. But the bonus with this was, it was the same price as some of the other ones. It got really good reviews, but it has a zillion stitches. It's all the requirements I needed in a basic mending machine, mending, garment sewing, all of that jazz. And it was super affordable. I haven't watched anybody's videos yet. I look forward to watching your videos. I decided I wasn't going to stress not being able to make a video yesterday because if I posted one today, that just meant the videos could kind of spread out throughout the week, and that would be more fun anyway. So I look forward to watching your videos. I hope everybody's doing okay. Make sure you check in with us even if you don't have time to make a video. Just pop in and say hi. And I will see you next week. Bye!